Hello boys and girls, HFoG here with a short tutorial video. I wanted to demonstrate some behavior that I and a bunch of other people have recently stumbled across in the new builds. This is in build 1.4.4. They've recently changed the behavior with item drops, when they are surrounded by other solid blocks such as that, or transparent blocks such as that. It used to be if you dropped an item down there and you placed a block over it, you might not be able to get it back. Well, they fixed that bug, and along the way they also enabled some pretty cool functionality, and this is what I want to show you. This here is a nearly pistonless item elevator built on that principle. If I toss an item in here, when it gets to that pressure plate, it's going to fire that piston, and up it goes. And it just goes around and around and around like that. This is just a solid block of glass. It could be made of anything. It could be sandstone, brick, doesn't matter. Glass works great though. It's kind of fun because you can see the items go through it. Now I know I'm not the first to come up with something like this. JL2579 also has a machine that he built in version 1.43 that is very similar to this. His version had 3 pistons at the bottom instead of 1, and unfortunately it no longer works on build 1.4.4. The items tend to shoot out the side. I'm sure he has a fix for that, but I haven't seen it yet. This is a little simpler to build and a little cheaper and works just great. There is, however, one very important caveat here. It does not work well if you have 2 different item types, 2 or more different item types, because the first item goes in there and it tends to kick the others out. So this gets a little unreliable when you have more than one item type. Something to be aware of. But if you're only dealing with a single item, this works very well. It's very reliable. You can build this as high as you want. This business up at the top is completely optional. I don't really need that. You could just as easily do that. It is important to leave that opening there, though. If you don't do that, then your items tend to get sprayed all over the place. So do remember to leave that opening there, otherwise you may regret it. But anyway, that's a great design. Now I have a version of this that works without water and that does not have the same limitations. So let me show you this here. This is basically the same concept. However, this works with any number of item types. Doesn't have to be a single item type. You get a double piston extender there and a piston there, which pushes them up into the blocks, and up they go. I could imagine this being at the bottom of a mob grinder and on a clock that fires it maybe once a minute. He doesn't have to fire very frequently because, you know, the items are going to stick around for 5 minutes. So just as long as you got enough time to get them all the way up to the top, once a minute is plenty good enough. Just make sure you leave this pulse on long enough for that piston to remain up for a couple of ticks. And there you go. Here, I'll give you a closer look here. This is just a double piston extender. That repeater is set to 4 ticks. This repeater is set to 2. And this just goes right into a block right there, and that's what makes this double piston extender work. That's just a simple vertical piston set on a 5-tick delay so that it will fire after the double piston extender is fully extended, which takes 4 ticks. Very simple. So anyway, I hope you find this useful. I think it's pretty cool. And thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all again next time.